we have this story of Bibi Sakina, like not the Bibi I mean the older Sakina, where after the battle takes place, it's narrated where that she runs toward the body of her father, and she finds the body of her father, and she starts crying, holds the body. And it's narrated where it gets to a point, because of her weeping and the way she's wailing, the army sees this and starts getting upset, and also starts crying. It gets to a point where Omar ibn Saad has to order them to take her away from her father so that he can calm down and control his army. Now that is like, not only was she grieving, but she also was messing with the enemy, right? That's very smart on her part. See, what I'm trying to say is that when you lose a loved one, what we can take from this, first of all, it's important that we grieve. We are, just because we're Muslim and just because we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not mean that if we lose a loved one, we shouldn't grieve, or that we don't take time to process those emotions. It's extremely important that we do so. I know sometimes people have this wrong impression where, okay, because it's like part of the dunya, we've lost, like, you know, that maybe that we shouldn't cry or we shouldn't be like upset, but this is part of the human experience. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us with emotions and feelings, and of course we love our loved ones. So I think it's important to understand that, like, when it comes to resilience, when it comes to these things, if you do not process your emotions, if you don't allow yourself to cry at times, it will create other problems such as depression, such as panic attacks, such as hyperventilation, etc. And I say this as someone who, I've lost a loved one myself in my life, and it's so important, that grieving process is so important to have, and to be kind to yourself and allow that to happen is extremely important. And especially with the Masoom, we have, sometimes because they're Masoom, we think that, okay, they don't have emotions, or if they do, like, or maybe they don't have an ego. But there's a story of Imam Ali that, where it's the famous story where he's in battle and he's fighting this man, and he gets the man like cornered and he's on the ground, and he's about to like finish him off when the man spits on him. And he stops the battle, he gets up, walks around, and then continues fighting with the man, and eventually he finishes him off. Now, they asked Imam Ali, okay, why did you do it? You almost had him. Why did you take that break? And he says it was because he spit on me. Had I killed him, it would have been not for the sake of Allah's control, it would have been for my own self. It would have been for my own ego. And what that story shows is this, that the Imams also had an ego. The Imams also had emotion.